welcome everyone. We're going to start off with giving a shout out to our sponsors for the last race of the season. This will be our last race of the summer season. We will be picking up a 2026 winter season with V8 supercars, was voted on by the drivers. Look for that to come, like I said, sometime late November, mid-December, somewhere around there. Definitely want to thank our sponsors, Fido and Felix Pet Parlor, located in Fort Worth, Ohio. They will take care of all your pet grooming needs. And our new sponsor, Kitchen Motorsports, for all your tire needs in Oak Harbor, Ohio. They will be joining us for next year's sponsorship. I have not had confirmation from Fido and Felix. However, we appreciate their sponsorship for this season, as well as Kitchen Motorsports for this season. Probably can hear some of the cars going on in the background. We'll be getting over to there shortly. Just wanted to give the updating standings for the final race going into this. Right now we have Nicholas Camp with 368 points, Nathaniel Hill with 323, Gregory Bush with 319, Jeremiah Vincent with 315, and Bill Wadsworth with 301. Have a couple drivers out well again today. Like I said, as these seasons go on, get longer, the points gap gets bigger. Sometimes discouragement keeps showing up, or sometimes life just gets hard and you have other things that you have to do. So, but we appreciate the drivers being here tonight. Looks like Nicholas Camp will have this one locked down. I don't think there's any way he can lose his first spot position today. But there will be a very tight battle for second, third, and fourth with how close the points are. So we're going to have to look very closely to that. Counting on Daniel Hill and Gregory Bush and Jeremiah Vincent tonight. Also a possibility for Bill Wadsworth to move up to the fourth position, depending on his race goes tonight. So just keep an eye out for that. Over here to the broadcast. Here we have a driver doing reverse in practice, so not entirely sure what the strategy is in learning that, but maybe it'll come in handy, I don't know. The driver's got about 6 minutes here before qualifying, so they might have it all figured out already and they're just playing around a little bit. We will talk about some key points here. First, a little bit about the track. Langley Speedway is located in Hampton, Virginia. It is a 0.395 mile track. Banking is very flat, 6 degrees on the turns and almost no banking on the straights. It opened in 1950 and is a staple in NASCAR history, hosting modifieds, late models, and regional tours. It's known as the driver's track. Smooth throttle, patience, and precision is required. SRX cars are 700 horsepower, no traction, and heavy. 2,800 to 3,000 pounds. For a flat track like Langley, these cars will push or understeer on corner entry if the driver goes in too hot and snap loose on exit with all that power trying to hit the rear tires. Tight turns plus heavy cars equals constant wheel-to-wheel. Brakes and tire management will become a crucial point of this race. This is a 255 lap race to close out our season. So, we'll see how the drivers shake out on qualifying. Obviously, managing tires is going to be... normally, you're just trying to really manage that right front on the oval or that right rear, depending on what car you're driving, actually. But these drivers are going to be managing both front and rear tires to try to get the most amount of life that they have to do. Because that's tires tonight, should be plenty of tires, and I expect quite a bit of cautions after seeing some of the stuff in practice. So we will again be getting qualifying here in about 5 minutes. So enjoy the practice crashing for now. I'm going to get a drink and get settled in for this 255 lap slogfest. Alrighty, and we're back, everyone. Just so you know, we are qualifying now. So cars are going to skip around. We're going to see who gets their runs here, who does not. We've got the cars turned down a little bit. Thanks for that, Sarah Hill. That is the wife of Nathaniel Hill. So hopefully you can hear me guys a little better when those cars are whipping by. Drivers will get their qualifying in here very quickly. Looks like there's a little bit of a slide there by Nicholas Camp. Not going to be good for his second lap. Well, that should probably do it for qualifying. Looks like everybody's second lap is now in. Sitting on the pole, Nathaniel Hill. Great qualifying by him with a 16.313. Following him in second is Nicholas Camp with a 16.345, followed up by Gregory Bush, 16.650, and Kyle Johnson at a 16.673. Jeremiah Vincent, not normally down there that low. Must have had a bad spin, or maybe a little bit of wheel spin or something like that. But we'll see how his this will affect his points towards the end, or if he can get back up there. But with a 16.67, that puts him on pace with Gregory and Kyle. And then Bill Wadsworth rounding out the last place position right now with an 18.2. Maybe he was trying to start himself in the back, because that's pretty far off pace. So hopefully Bill's a little bit faster than that. But like I said, 6 cars here tonight, missing a couple of our drivers, work, life, points, all that. You already heard me talk about that. So I'm going to go with the drivers here, make sure we're ready to go, and then we'll advance the session and get racing. And once again, thanking our sponsors here, Kitchen Motorsports, as well as Fido and Felix Pet Parlor. Appreciate you guys chipping in some money to help get these drivers some trophies. Appreciate you very much. There's not much else I can really be said about that. All right, so we are gridding now. If you see a 7th car grid, that's gridded up there, that is actually me. I forgot to, I hit a wrong button and then I couldn't spectate. So now I'm just gonna sit in the pit lane with my car. So I will be finishing last this race. Because I'm up here in the tower talking to you guys, but that's okay. Probably waiting for the last car to grid, which is me, which I will not be taking the grid, so they're going to have to sit there for a little bit. Let the nerves build a little bit as they know this race is going to test their ability to drive these cars. Like I said, for anybody watching at home, this car is not an easy car to handle. Solid axle, hardly any adjustments you can really do with it. Somebody is holding their engine wide open, trying to blow it up, sounds like, but that's okay. But yeah, as I was saying, these cars are very hard to handle. So much horsepower, tiny little track. The slightest jab of the gas can send you into the wall, spin you out, hit another driver. I would plan for some chaos tonight. All right, the pace car is off, so we will get our formation lap going here. Look for that Bass Pro car to be jumping this start. He's really good at jumping those starts. See how Nate handles the start here, how he deals with that, how much he checks them up. You will notice there's a little bit of a time change here, so we've got a little bit colder track. Initially it's going to be harder to drive on, but it should prove to be better off if the driver as the night goes on. All right, the pace car is in. They're going already. Big jump from Nate and as well as Nicholas Camp. Oh, he gets a little loose there, braking. Jeremiah Vincent already moved up to 4th. Like Kyle Johnson, maybe he's going on track. No caution is out. It sounded like there was some lockup in the back. We're not sure if it was a spin out or a crash, but he is moving. We are not under caution. So Nicholas Camp moves up as I'm trying to handle that situation from behind, trying to see what happens. Nicholas Camp moves up into the first spot. Your current twins leader in racing. Followed by Jeremiah Vincent in 3, followed by Bush before and Bill Wadsworth in 5th. 6th place is Kyle Johnson, who is actually already about to be lapped, looks like, coming up out of 4 as our leaders enter 3. Trying to get down to the inside there. Also might be saving quite a bit. It's very early in the race. There's no reason to really beat the doors off your tire or beat the walls off the tires here. it is going to be a little bit of a saving, a little bit of managing the pace. Looks like Jeremiah Vincent trying to put the move on his teammate there in third, with Gregory Bush getting pushed to the outside a little bit. Teammate being very, very cautious about it. He gets down to the inside, they're side by side. Looks like Jeremiah Vincent's going to move up to third here. He does, he gets the run. Still staying with your first and second place drivers here, Nicholas Camp and Nathaniel Hill. Good battle between these two right now. Heard somebody scrape the wall. That might have been the 7 of Bill Wadsworth. Sounded like it was close to the tower. Are already coming up on the 51 Kyle Johnson. I believe he had a little bit of an incident himself on the first lap. Everyone's settling in here. Your current fastest car on track right now is the number 8 of Jeremiah Vincent with a 16.366. Seems to be going just a tad bit faster than everybody else right now. Getting to the back of Nathaniel Hill. Working his way up from, I believe he was 7th, or 6th at the start of this race, excuse me. 6th or 5th, I can't remember. But he's already getting to the inside of Nathaniel Hill here, putting a nose in on him. Gets a run here. Looks like he's going to make this stick. He does. He makes it stick. Jeremiah Vincent up in third place, or second place, excuse me. Nathaniel Hill drops back to third. Nicholas Camp coming up on the first lap car of Kyle Johnson, which not super fair to say. Like I said, he had looks like he had some issues in the first lap there. Not entirely sure what happened. Definitely got more pace than what he's given or he's showing. We're also coming up on Bill Wadsworth as well. So it's going to get tricky again here. Like I said, this track is very short. It's going to make for a hard time for the leaders as well as the back markers to even make positions. Back 51 looks on the inside. 51 lets him go. We'll put some space between him and the number 8 of Jeremiah Vincent here. Bill also running the outside line. Bill gets a little loose there. The 51 makes a pass. That puts Kyle up into 5th. Hill working to get around the 51. There's been a little contact, couldn't tell from the angle there. The cars look clean. Making the move there. Kyle going way outside. A little lock up there on the 7 of Bill Wadsworth as he tries to get out of the way of the 4. Believe it or not, we are already 20 laps into this race. Like I said, it is a very short track here, but it's going to still be a long race for these drivers. A good battle actually for 5th and 6th going on right now as well. Oh, I totally missed it. Jeremiah Vincent gets around Nicholas Camp. Not entirely sure what happened there. We were watching the battle for 5th and 6th. They missed the pass for first, seems. As I've said, Nicholas Camp does not have to push that hard here. He already has the season championship in the bag. He does not need to make aggressive moves. He just needs to finish the race. Jeremiah Vincent, on the other hand, is battling for position in the championship finals, as well as Nathaniel Hill and Gregory Bush. Oh, there's a good run there. Gets down on the brakes, not entirely sure. He's playing some trickery here, working a different line or something. Looks like he got a hell of a run there on Jeremiah. Now Nathaniel Hill's the back of Nicholas Camp's bumper already. Nicholas Camp gets behind the 8, so does the 49 of Nathaniel Hill. I think that the 8 might have just drove in a little hard there, trying to make sense of what was going on. Nicholas Camp back up the leader, and Nathaniel Hill back in second. Looks like the 49 of Nathaniel Hill is actually getting quite faster as this run goes a little longer here. It seems to really be closing the distance. The times aren't reflecting it, but actually I stand corrected. That last lap was 16.6. The leader running a 16.8. See, as it comes down here, leader runs a 16.688. Nathaniel Hill runs a 16.705, and Jeremiah Vincent runs a 16.785. So a little bit of gap there. It's so easy to lose 2/10 on this track just by getting into the throttle a little too hard or coming into the corner a little too hot. You can easily lose gobs of time out there with this car. The old race saying, smooth is fast, fast is smooth. Very good battle for the top 3 spot right now. Oh, a little bit of bump there from the 49 into the 5. Makes the move. A good bump and run by the 49 of Nathaniel Hill. Gets the inside here. He's going for the lead. And he does. He makes it stick. Nicholas Camp coming down. Oh, he's still running high. He's going to let the 8 by as well here. Nathaniel Hill, your new race leader, now coming up on lap traffic of Bill Wadsworth. Looks like the 8's going to make that stick on the 5. Jeremiah Vincent now in second. Oh, there's dives in there on the lap traffic. Maintained his close position to third there. I think there might have been some paint exchange there. Top 3 drivers' times coming in that lap. Nathaniel Hill with a 16.783, Jeremiah Vincent with a 16.768, and Nicholas Camp with a 17.796. These guys are very, very close to each other. It's just so hard to make the move. You almost have to put the bumper on to get them a little loose so you can get up underneath them. Looks like the 8 might be trying to do that here shortly. The wall, not entirely sure it was, but it's not our top 3s. I just heard it off to the side there. following these three probably most of the race. It looks like everybody else is so off pace from them. Eight's making the move down the inside. Good job by Nathaniel Hill to hold that inside line with him. He wants to keep that inside line. He's going to try to force Nicholas Camp to work the outside. Have to make a little bumper on him to move him. Lap traffic coming into 3 here. Oh, that was very close there. Good job by Bill to not get into the back of Nicholas Camp. Nicholas Camp getting to the back of Daniel Hill's bumper now pretty handily. Looks like the 8 has now kind of turned it on late a little bit here. Might have saved a little bit better than everybody else. He's now starting to pull away from Nathaniel Hill. Good battle for second right now with Nicholas Camp and Nathaniel Hill. Definitely tell the tire fall off. Definitely tell who abused them and who's saving them. Top 3 guys are still running pretty consistent times here. And now Jeremiah puts his teammate a lap down as he makes the pass on 4th. So Gregory Bush is your first car lap down. Kyle Johnson has dived down into the pits. Get his car worked on. Side damage fixed and maybe get a new set of tires and fill up. Might end up being the call here late in the race. Daniel Hill's getting held up by traffic and Nicholas Camp's going to make it stick here. He's going to take advantage of that.
Wow, that was
Oh no, there's a crash and there's a round. The caution is out. So we have some drivers taking advantage of that caution. A lot of people diving into the pit, getting tires, getting fixed up. Kyle Johnson staying out because he went into the pit slightly before the caution. here's our replay of what happened. Just not clear there and just got turned around, backed into the wall after getting after having a little bit of a slide job there through 3 and 4. Just put himself in the middle there and drove up into Bill. And we're already about to get back to that restart. Late, guys. We're already restarted here. And Jeremiah Vincent is up way ahead there. Daniel Hill trying to make the second place stick here. Wall scrape in there. So the only one not to pit seems to be Gregory Bush. Did not come in for a set of tires on that caution. The bold strategy, we'll see how it pays off. He does manage to get back up to third. Nicholas Campus in fourth, actually. As the night progresses here at Langley, the lights are now on. Your current race leader, Jeremiah Vincent, is putting quite the gap on P2 to Daniel Hill of 4.4 seconds. Daniel Hill involved in that incident a little bit. Not entirely sure how much damage he got, if he got any. But he did come down pit lane and got tires, so I mean, maybe the car was fine. It doesn't look like it's too bad. I expected Nick's car to look a little bit worse after backing into the wall that hard. Looks like that got fixed. Looking like he's trying to make a move around some lap traffic here as he maintains third. 15.3 seconds gap to Nicholas Camp will be racing to get back to Gregory Bush's bumper. Jeremiah Vincent making the move on his team. Oh, and somebody's around! Caution is out again. Bill Wadsworth loses control coming into 3. It looks like a 3. Caution's out again. Will Gregory Bush take advantage of tires now? Dives in a little too hot there. Yeah, drives in a little too hard, gets a little too hard on the brakes, gets around. Just to restart again, but we're trying to bring you guys a better race broadcast. Trying to do it all myself here is a little difficult. The restart has happened. Jeremiah Blitz is still out front, followed by Nathaniel Hill, followed by Nicholas Camp, now followed by Gregory Bush. So Nicholas Camp taking his lap back, and it looks like he's already made the pass on Greg. Greg did come in for tires at lap 72. So he will have a little bit more longevity coming through, and we're just now going to be getting to lap 79 of 255. So hang on, this race is still going. I know this can get a little confusing for you, so that's why we do have a ticker up there for you to make sure that you can keep track of your favorite drivers despite where it may look like they're on the track. As I said, Gregory Bush is actually running fourth right now, but Nicholas Camp is behind him in third. So Gregory Bush is your first driver one lap down again. So he can take advantage of another caution if it comes out, and he'll have freshest tires of everybody on the laps right now. Or on these laps right now. 72, everybody else is around at 55 and 56. Times are getting a little bit faster as we get into the night now. Jeremiah Vincent with a fresh set of tires just ran a 61.90. Fastest lap of the race right now. By the 4. Getting to the back bumper there. 9. Not racing for position though, so this is going to get a little tough here. Johnson letting the 4 go there as he runs the outside wall. Also, Nicholas Camp back of Greg there. Gregory Bush not racing around into Daniel Hill. Probably slowing him down a little bit, but Greg is trying to get back around so he can his lap back here. A little bit of bump there from the 5. On your screen will be the 14. In that Bass Pro car. It's normally the number 5 Hendricks Motorsport car. speedway. That would put 6.2 seconds. The gap is to first place, which is Jeremiah Vincent. It's interesting, our top 3 drivers, they all came in on that caution at lap 56, so they all have equal equipment for the most part. Not entirely sure how much damage is on. It looks like there's a little bit of damage on the bunker of Bates' car. Definitely got some damage on the back of Nicholas Camp's car. I can't tell entirely how much. They were all involved in that incident earlier. Traffic one more time. Nathaniel Hill gets low enough there, clears the 7 Will Wadsworth. Car race here. Like I said, this is for the championship, so ran down the points earlier, but you're going to want to watch Jeremiah Vincent, Nathaniel Hill, and Greg Bush. They all have the ability to take podiums tonight. Nicholas Camp, currently running second, is going to be your season leader. He's going to win races. So you're fall behind points wise now. Wadsworth is also in contention for possibly taking a good finish here as well in the season, despite the last race now. Crossed over at 103 laps in this race. Still a good chunk of laps to go. Lots has already happened, so it'll be interesting to see towards the end here what drivers will be able to calculate positions and how this will shake the final point standing up. Looking forward to seeing what drivers we can crown and give trophies to this season. As well as trophies, this week also we hand out trophies. We do have a couple of fun races coming up. Hopefully they'll be streamed for that sometime this year. As I said, the beginning of the stream, V8 Supercar will be starting sometime this year as well, probably late November, early December. And we'll be doing some road racing with some V8 Supercars. Hopefully you won't hear my voice for that. We have a broadcast because I'm very forward. Oh no, and it looks like the 5's going to go around. Caution is out again. That will give your lucky dog Gregory Bush the runaround or the wave around here, so he will be back on the lead lap and battling Nicholas Camp for third with the freshest set of tires, especially after Nicholas Camp with that spin. That's going to be detrimental to his tire life. Okay, yeah, as I was saying before the excitement happened there, look for me to be driving in the V8 Supercars. If you hate hearing my voice, you can root against or root for all the other drivers to crash me out or win against me every week. Hopefully we have another season broadcaster for you guys for that. If not, I will be back, and we'll be going V8 Supercar racing. So either way, we're going V8 Supercar racing. As we creep a little bit later here at into the night, at Langley. The trailer park next door will be getting very upset as these cars are incredibly loud. Had a couple of drivers come through the pit here. It's looking like Nicholas Camp and Jeremiah Vincent have both pitted at lap 108. Giving your new race leader Nathaniel Hill the lead, and Gregory Bush is now in second.
Hey, Bill needs blades around.
And sometimes you have to be race control and go give the wave around to the drivers. Because sometimes iRacing doesn't do it. So we are back green flag racing. Nathaniel Hill be able to hold off Nicholas Camp for 50 laps with tires. Nicholas Camp has to try to get by Nathaniel Hill, as he does have Gregory Bush behind him, battling for position. Now, Nicholas Camp does have a continuous set of tires between the two of them, those drivers. However, sometimes a little bit of scrub's nice. Just 30 laps with tires, so you can imagine that Nicholas Camp he is moving quite a bit faster. But Daniel Hill doing a great job here, holding off. Well, I guess I should say your season champion right now. Fastest lap for your race leader, Jeremiah Vincent, 165. Jeremiah Vincent and Nicholas Camp both went 108 laps on one set of tires. They're definitely gonna have less fall off here at night, so they might even be able to go longer on a set of tires now. The track's rubbered up as well, so it'll be less tight. There's also maybe a little bit less grip in certain grooves. we'll stay right here with the four. This camera's gonna move. Oh, Bill's into the wall again, scratching up his race car. Race is pretty spread out now. Currently, right now, the fourth place car that you're looking at right now, the fourth, Gregory Bush, is battling Kyle Johnson. Kyle Johnson has just dove down into the pits. So Kyle Johnson getting a new set of tires, getting filled up. Last time he did that, caution came out. So hopefully that doesn't happen to him again. He's got a couple laps on Bill Wadsworth for fifth, so he's going to take advantage of getting some fresh tires now. Looks like Nicholas Camp is starting to close in on Nathaniel Hill a little bit. Fast set of tires there for Kyle Johnson. Maybe get him out drivers when we get a drive-through. It looks like race control is not telling me how to drive through. Oh, he did have some incidents. Maybe he did have a drive-through. It's not giving me a flag if he did. But comes out of the pits at lap 120. Back bumper there, 49. Got the fresher tires. And he'll be doing a great job of holding on to P3 with those old tires. Currently running fourth, is now to the back of Jeremiah Vincent, current race leader. Looks like he's going to give him the run so he can try to get around him and start getting his laps back. Good teamwork there. Doesn't sacrifice too much. Gives up a couple tenths on the lap to his teammate by. Hopefully his teammate can drive and keep going forward. Not slow his teammate's other lap. Jeremiah Vincent out. Gregory Bush does have the newest set of tires. 2 laps down.
Oh.
So he's racing for a lap back, hoping for a caution to get back on that lead lap here towards the end of the race. The question is he slowing down his teammate Jeremiah Vincent? Oh no, the 8's around and the 51 plows into him. The caution hasn't come out yet. There it is. The caution is now out. Jeremiah Vincent, your race leader, lost the rear end there. Unfortunately, the 51 just plowed right into him, being right behind him. not going to be good for the 8. Does not look like there's a lot of damage on his car, but definitely going to have to come down pit lane and get that looked at. Probably going to have some other people stay out. He may go a lap down from that. So all 3 race leaders are coming in to get tires. Looks like Gregory Bush, Kyle Johnson, and Bill Wadsworth stay out. Laps back here on the leaders. Kyle Johnson with a nice fresh set of tires as well as Gregory Bush. It's a good time. Nicholas Camp still in the pit. Looks like Nathaniel Hill and Jeremiah Vincent have already pulled out. So it does not look like too much damage is put down on Jeremiah's car from that. Especially if he's able to maintain. Nicholas Camp still in the pits, not entirely sure what's wrong with his car. Now on is out. Big loss on pit lane, moving down to 4th. We got green flag racing here, we jump by the 8. Gonna get low on the 49 of Nathaniel Hill already. So really, unfortunate incident for the 8, but still managed to keep his first place position. Gives Gregory Bush Gregory Bush still 1 lap down, so he was able to get 1 lap back during that caution. So he's your driver, first driver with 1 lap down. Nicholas Camp was down 2 laps. That'll put Gregory Bush in P3, 1 lap down. Driver with a lucky dog as well. This can be really good for his points here. This can move him up his points substantially. But Nathaniel Hill is also right there on 2nd. So if he holds 2nd, he's probably going to finish 2nd in the season as well. He's having some car issues. He definitely loose. Definitely some issues with that car. Almost getting into Nathaniel Hill there. Fighting desperately to get that lap.
Unsafe pit exit, speeding in the pits, okay.
So it sounds like that Nicholas Camp got a black flag and had to serve a penalty there. So that's going to put Gregory Bush in P3 with a commanding couple laps on him, being 1 lap down for the race leaders. If we get another caution, we could have a shootout here for first. Jeremiah Vincent, the gap between him and Nathaniel Hill is 1.7 seconds, so Nathaniel Hill's still not out of this. At this point, the leaders, Jeremiah Vincent and Nathaniel Hill, all have damage. Gregory Bush might be the only clean car if the caution does come out. This could be interesting. As we just crossed lap 155, we still have 100 laps to go.
Race control, can we fix that disqualification?
What did he get disqualified for?
Unsafe pit entrance.
How many incidents do you have?
I think 2 or 4.
Cleared. Sorry about that for our people watching the race. I have to do both jobs, so I can't keep a clean race stream when I have to do stuff like that, so I do apologize for that. That's actually not entirely sure what happened there. I'd have to go back and rewatch to see why it disqualified him for an unsafe pit exit. That should only be a drive-through. Unfortunately, it looks like Jeremiah Vincent's going to get the pass done on his teammate there, putting Greg Bush back 2 laps down. However, he is the closest driver to being on the lead lap, as Kyle Johnson and Nicholas Camp's earlier black flag have put them 7 laps down, and Bill Wadsworth is 10 laps down. 167 laps, 255 total to do tonight, so not saying it's impossible that they get their laps back, but it would take a lot of work. A lot of chaos. Bill Wadsworth now on lap 100, it would be lap 158. Still on tires from lap 53. The driver's got 4 sets of tires from tonight. Did not know how they were going to wear, so I just went ahead and gave him plenty of sets. So surprised he has not come down pit lane to get a new set of tires yet. Almost doubling his last stint. And as I say that, he's... Oh, nope, he's staying out. Looked like he was going to the pit there. Caution's out. Not entirely sure what the caution out is out for. Let's see if I can find what happened here. Yeah, it looks like, not entirely sure what happened to Greg there. He spun out and brought the caution out. Maybe a hardware issue or something. So that's a weird caution. another restart here shortly. This could just be exactly what Gregory Bush needed. Actually, I stand corrected. He brought the caution out, so we're not going to lap back. Tight fuel back up. Oh, there's a big crash. Caution's back. Oh, there's a big hit on the 5 there from 51. Trying to wait for my replay there to come through and get a better look at that, guys, for you. Gregory Bush will get a lap back here. Down to the pit to get his stuff worked on as well as Nicholas can. Looks like a real aggressive bump and run on Daniel Hill there, but does not pay off as the 51 runs right into Nicholas Camp. Daniel Hill is back out, still in second, 1 lap down to Gregory Bush. He will have the freshest set of tires. Second here, however, he is in the middle of the pack right now. Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't correct, he's right behind me. Bill Wasworth is in the middle of the pack right now, 11 laps down. Gregory Bush trying to work his way around him, trying to get his lap back, so maybe when the next caution comes out, he'll be on the lead lap and make a move. Side of the 7th, Bill Wasworth here. I really think that every car on this out on the track right now has damage, other than Gregory Bush. He might have, well, he did have a spin out, but I don't think there's any real damage on his car. Everybody else has a little bit of skirt damage, side damage, potentially suspension damage. Still in the pit, definitely took a hard hit from the 51 there. Not a whole lot the 51 could have done in that situation. Bill Wadsworth comes in the pits. It says it's sorry, it said he was. Sorry, I apologize. He was just under the yellow line. Sometimes that ticker that I'm looking up at it is wrong. So he is still out there, as you can see. actually battling with P3 right now. It's a weird race we got going on. Oh, and Bill Wadsworth goes around. We're going to bring out the caution. Does not bring out the caution as it is on the pit lane exit there. Just trying to jab on the brakes there to not take out Greg, it looked like. Jeremiah Vincent starting to edge out a very commanding lead. Oh, there looks like there might have been contact there. Yellow's out. Just happened to not really see what happened there, but I heard a crunch, and then I saw the yellow flag is out, so we'll try to find that for you guys. Wadsworth goes around hard and then turns. Looks like he makes a little contact there with your race leader of the 8. That's a hard hit. Bumper is gone. It's going to be a tough fix for them.
The cleanup crew needs to get out there and clean that bumper out.
Hit there on the back of the 8. Hate to see that for a race leader, but don't think it's going to affect him too much. So we're under caution again here. A couple drivers taking advantage of that, getting some tires. Like Gregory Bush is going to come out. Needed a set of tires. He'll probably race the set of tires at the end. Bill Wadsworth getting some damage fixed. There'll be a lot of damage with that front bumper ripping off. That was a hard hit on the infield wall there. Now Gregory Bush, still one lap down, does have your tire advantage to the end of the race unless there's another caution. Pace car is in. We're going to be going green here. The 8 goes. A little late on the restart there from the 49. The 4 gets a jump. 51's down on the inside, unable to clear it. He's going to have to work the outside here. Hill falling off a little bit already. Bush racing around Kyle Johnson. He wants to go racing with the leaders here. He wants to get his lap back. He wants to have a shot at taking home gold here. Real close pit entrance there. Now, Langley, you can go in the pit entrance and pit exit as part of the racetrack. That is not a penalty. So you do have to be conscious of it if somebody's going down pit lane or coming out pit lane. Maybe trying to save a little and just be there at the end, thinking he's going to run this set of tires at the end. Do not know what the fall off is with the amount of rubber and the amount of track temperature decrease that they've had since now we're at night now. So keeping the trailer park up late, and they'll surely hate us for this. But that's okay. We got some loud screaming SRX cars with a race going on. battle here between our first and second drivers, and as well as potentially, if Greg can race around or another caution comes out, we could be looking at a 3-car finish here for a good battle. Getting to the back of your race leader's bumper right now. Kyle Johnson was actually a pretty good tire advantage. He's just too many laps down right now. Probably why he's actually giving Nate there a little bit of a run. We are less than 50 laps to go in this race here tonight. We've had quite a barn burner actually, as only 2 drivers are still on the lead lap. Lots of damage and carnage from everybody involved other than the 4-car, I believe. The 4 did bring out an earlier caution from a self-spin. Not entirely sure what happened there, but maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him if he maintains his third place finish here, and which I do believe he will. Being only 1 lap down and everybody else is at least 5 down to him, so maybe get a chance to ask him about what happened there. Nathaniel Hill keeping it at about 1.5 seconds right now. Does have a tire advantage over Jeremiah Vincent. See how that plays out here late in the race. If we don't get another caution, it might actually go in the 49's favor. I do believe that the fall off between the day and the night is definitely significantly less. I think these drivers are probably going to be able to carry their tires in the end, especially the Ford Gregory Bush, fitted at 191. He's got plenty of tires as we cross over our last lap at 211. 44 laps to go here at Langley Speedway. now look like Bill's bumper got fixed in the pit, so he is out there ripping some very rough, hard laps. Laps to go here, and still falling off pace from your race leader. But Jeremiah Vincent did run a 16.8 now, and Daniel Hill runs a 16.732. So maybe keeping it a little closer here. He definitely has a tire advantage. Trying to work his way around lap traffic here for Wadsworth. Still going to let him by on the outside. So we'll see what happens as the race goes along here. It does look like Daniel Hill does have a little bit of advantage each lap right now. Working around Bill Wadsworth, definitely slowed him down there a bit. Clean air here. We'll see as the drivers get to each other. This might be a very, very fun race here towards the end. Counter up top is not accurate. It seems to take the race counter off the current driver that's out, or that's camera's watching. So we're actually on lap 227 of 255 right now. Something I'm figuring out with the program myself, so I do apologize for that if I called those out incorrectly before. Looks like Bill Wadsworth is going to pit. Might have too many incidents, not entirely sure. He was on the oldest set of tires. And it looks like he's going to get an unsafe pit exit from that. So a little lap update here. Jeremiah Vincent runs a 17 flat. Daniel Hill running a 16.8. So 0.2 of a second there. Just don't know if he's going to have enough time to get up to your leader. Gap of 2.5 seconds. Tell you what, number 4 of Gregory Bush would love a caution right now. I just don't think he's going to get it from hard on track right now, though. They're widely spaced out. Jeremiah Vincent just ran a 17.3. Daniel Hill just ran a 17. The last lap there was a 10th off, 17.169 for Jeremiah, 17 flat. Daniel Hill, so definitely having some fall off here. Gregory Bush with the best set of tires right now, though, still struggling to really find the time that these other guys are doing. His last lap was 17.5. So even with the freshest tires here, you might not have a chance even if the caution were to come out with that pace. Let's take a look at this lap here. He's really starting to close the gap. So 17.4 for Jeremiah Vincent, 16.8. Huge increase. I think Jeremiah Vincent's really starting to have some bad tire fall off. Don't think he was dealing with any lap traffic here. Huge gain for Daniel Hill that last lap. Coming up here on lap traffic of Bill Wadsworth coming out of the pits. Both going to get by him. Yeah, there's definitely some huge tire issues going on for Jeremiah here. He's just going to try to hold on to the end. That's really all he can do. 15 laps to go here. And Nathaniel Hill's getting to the bumper so easily at the 8 right now. Got plenty of time to make this stick. They were both equal there on those last laps of 17.2. I honestly think Nate is just really driving behind him right now, trying to pick his spot to make his move. 17.276, Nate a little bit faster that last lap. A real good battle here for first place. I think we're going to have a real big finale here towards the end. Jeremiah doing everything he can to block that lower lane. Daniel Hill really trying to pick his spot, knowing he's got time here. Works the outside. Not enough run there. We get to the back here again. Gives him a shove. Gets him loose, but he slows himself down. Let's see how good of a teammate Gregory Bush can be. As the 8 is getting up to his teammate now. Nate looking for that bump and run again. Jeremiah doing a great job defending him off right now. Pretty action-packed battle here coming into the last 9 laps. On the outside, it's not enough to stick your nose down there in the inside. Now dealing with lap traffic with the teammate. Looking for the outside, definitely not going to work there. Not a good run, definitely give up some time there. Now both teammates side by side. Looks like Greg's going to allow this race to continue. Greg goes 2 laps down again, so no chance of getting back on the lead lap here late. Looking to do something. Five laps to go. Puts the bumper on. It's a real aggressive hit. Hopefully he's not taking out his own radiator doing that. Jeremiah's going to give him a run on the inside. Hard on the brakes. Daniel Hill is your new race leader. With 3 laps to go. It's just not enough tire in the tank there for Jeremiah Vincent. huge point swing for Nathaniel Hill. So the battle now is for third and fourth place. If Nathaniel Hill wins this, he's going to secure a second place finish. The question is, will Jeremiah Vincent get enough points to get over his teammate Gregory Bush in third? Good win here, coming around the last corner, 3 and 4, coming across the line. We're racing against Daniel Hill. Bill Wadsworth parked right in the middle of the track. Good job, 49 Nathaniel Hill here tonight. Tire not lasting for the 8th. Gregory Bush takes home the P3. Gonna go ahead and burn it down there for you. Motors blow up there in the entrance 1 and 2, so everybody's really giving her hell. Great season. All the drivers here that participated. Appreciate ya. There goes the motor of the 49. We're gonna bring up Gregory Bush, then Jeremiah Vincent, then Nathaniel Hill here, and get their thoughts on the race as the way it went. And we will talk to them here shortly. Hi, driver, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, so a little bit of luck goes your way. You managed to get the car up into third place. What we're going to talk about is, I noticed you have a weird spin coming off of 1 and 2 there in the middle of the track. Do you want to explain what happened there?
Yeah, I had some technical difficulties unrelated to my driving. I had a screen freeze, so I just parked it and hope for the best.
Well,
unfortunate.
Well, you didn't get. I kind of thought it might have been technical difficulties. I'm starting to get the replays down, so I'm able to kind of watch some of these cautions as they come out. But nonetheless, a little luck goes your way. You get it up in the P3. Unfortunately, your rival Nathaniel Hill, I do believe, with him winning the race, is not going to surrender any points to you. And Jeremiah Vincent beating you might be just enough to overtake you for third. We'll have to see how that shakes out for season standings. But other than that, great drive. We're really hoping we weren't hoping for a caution, but we were hoping to have some 3 cars on the lead lap going on the last 10 laps. That would have been exciting.
On the last caution, I had the lucky dog. I could have gotten on the lead lap, but my front right was already kind of tore up. I think I was overdriving a bit most of the race. Didn't feel that comfortable. I was staying in third gear, which, I don't know if that was the right move, but it felt faster and more stable. But just glad I could secure P3, even with some unideal pit strategy. Yeah,
well,
it was just rough out there.
You had the tire advantage late into the race. I expected there to be less fall off as we went late into the night here. But Unfortunately, no late caution to put you back on the lead lap. Then the late, Jeremiah getting around. I thought there might be a late caution with how Nathaniel Hill and Jeremiah Vincent were racing. Nate was really putting the bumper there on Jeremiah towards the end.
Yeah, they definitely were. They're basically just like a cat and mouse the last little bit. They were fighting for P1, P2, and it was a great battle. Good, clean racing. Love to see it.
All right, driver. We'll see how the points shake out here. Trying to get an update from iRacing, but as of right now, I believe you were in third. I think you might stay there. We'll see where it goes. We're gonna bring up Jeremiah Vincent, your teammate. Appreciate talking to you. Any last things to say here? The last race of the season. Anything you want to shout out? Now's the time.
I just want to say everyone did a great job, and Kyle doesn't have a lot of overall experience, and he was putting on a great drive today, so I was glad to see that. I know he struggled and missed a few races, but I'd say he's one of the most improved drivers in Oval this season.
Yeah, it's a tough car to drive, that's for sure.
All right, that's all.
All right, well, we will get your teammate up in here, and we appreciate you racing to the end here.
Sounds good.
Driver, you got a copy?
Copy.
All right, so you were led basically the entire race for the most part. Little instant there, Nick gets around you. But then fitting at lap 176 going to 255 didn't seem to be the strategy towards the end.
Yeah, it seemed to be all right, and then there probably the last 20 laps, the right front just felt like it was gone, and then didn't help with the guy that won the race, which congratulations to him for his first win on it. He got coached by another one of our drivers on the line that I was running.
Yeah. It made for an exciting finish. I knew there was about a 2.5 second gap between you guys with about 20 to go. And then out of nowhere, it was just like down to tenths of a second. I was like, well, I knew he had a tire advantage, but looks like it's really starting to fall off for you.
Yeah, that was about the time he started getting coached about the line I was running. And then, which he had tires saved a little bit because the line he ran that he didn't know that was there, and got that, and I had no chance at that moment. I needed a caution, get one more set of tires.
But earlier in the race too, we thought you might have had some real bad damage. Not entirely sure. It looked like you got hit in the side pretty hard there. I can't recall the replay now, but it looks like Bill Wadsworth was exiting the pits. And
yeah, I told him to stay up, and he kept coming down. And yeah, he got me. I didn't pit for the damage. So I don't know if that affected me at all or not, but
the car looks pretty clean where you got hit. So I was like, I don't know if it's driving funny or anything, but you then led most of the laps till the end of the race there. So I was like, it must be fine.
Yeah.
But
for most part, it felt good till about 20 to go.
Yeah, but I mean, that's sometimes the way it goes, that. And I honestly thought with how the colder temperatures, with how long you guys were running on tires, I thought I didn't give you enough tires. Apparently I gave you all too much.
Oh yeah, way too much. I thought 2 tires would have been fine, 2 sets.
2 sets I think would have made it a little bit more interesting there towards the end, but
yeah.
I didn't do the math, so I was like, 4 sets. There's probably going to be some chaos tonight anyway. There were some tires down early in the race, so I thought I made the right call, but maybe not towards the end.
Yeah, like early, if it was hot temps, sun out, yeah, 4 been good, but like with these cool temps, I think two sets have been just enough.
All right, well, congratulations on your drive. I was talking to your teammate. I'm not sure if you moved up above him in third or not. I haven't got to the can't really get my iRacing to open right now.
I think I needed to win it to do it, but oh well, I came out here just to drive, just to have fun.
All right, well, we do appreciate you driving all the way to the end. I know you missed a race. You probably would have been P2 for sure without that missed race, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Family, all that stuff, you know how it goes.
Yep.
But anyway, driver, we're going to get the race winner Nathaniel Hill up here. We appreciate you driving with us this season, and we look forward to driving with you in the Winter League.
Sounds good. I'm excited for it.
All right, well, we'll talk to you later.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Hey, driver, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I didn't mean to move you to the other channel there on accident.
Oh, it's go all good.
But congratulations, real exciting race there. The last 10 laps, you're able to close a 2.5-second gap and get around Jeremiah, putting the bumper on him late. It was really exciting to watch. Definitely had the tire advantage there on the leader. Any thoughts of your strategy as you went through this race?
I mean, strategy was trying to keep from crashing, so you don't get tied up in accidents. You don't have to worry about the time on pit road. So that was about all I was trying to do.
Yeah, so you do get ran over a little bit there by Nicholas. You know, big spin, caution comes out. You guys take advantage of getting some tires there. Did the car have damage on it, or was it just okay?
Just only, I think it was just tires. It said 10 seconds optional, but pretty sure it's just tires.
Well, that's a little bit fortunate. I thought for sure that there was going to be some damage on that back end of the car. I think the only car that was clean the entire race was the 4 of Gregory Bush. I think everybody else had damage somewhere, which we kind of expected here at Langley with these cars.
Yeah.
But you know, honestly, phenomenal drive. You had the tire advantage late. Definitely made the right call and get around Jeremiah Vincent. Make a big win here late in the race. Definitely secure your second spot finishing the season. Going to be walking home with a trophy. Anything else you'd like to say? Shout out, any of that thing? Now's the time to do it.
I don't think so. Thank you, though.
All right. Well, we'll see you. Hopefully, see you for our V8 Supercar League this winter. And,
yes, sir.
Hopefully, you'll get some podiums there. Hopefully, I'm driving in that league, and hopefully, you don't get any podiums. I want them all.
it'll be fun to race against you again.
But all right, we will talk to you later, driver. We appreciate you racing here all the way to the end. Congratulations on your trophy. We will.
Thank you, sir.
We'll talk to you later.
Yep. Bye-bye.
All right, that is going to wrap it up for our 9th race in our season finale standings. Still trying to get that for you guys here. Let me open it while this is still going on. Bear with me here, it is loading. So the season standings after the last race, your current league champion, Nicholas Camp, in first with 407 points and 5 wins. Nathaniel Hill, P2, with his first trophy of this league. I believe this is his first actual podium trophy. Nathaniel Hill with 371 points, Gregory Bush with 361, and the best of the rest of Jeremiah Vincent. Followed by 5th, Bill Wadsworth, 6th, Jake Stevens, 7th, Kyle Johnson. Rounding out the bottom here, 8th, John Adams, 9, Adam Swope, and now myself, because I registered for this race with 0 points, 10th. So that will wrap it up for our season, summer season, oval league, dirt, road, all of it combined. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Kitchen Motorsports, for all your tire service needs in Oak Harbor, Ohio, and as well as Fido and Felix Pet Parlor, located in Port Clinton, Ohio, for all your pet grooming needs. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you here. Probably not right away, but we definitely got some fun races. Hopefully get some broadcasts for those as well coming up. Bare minimum, we'll have a point of view from somebody driving, but hopefully we get some broadcasts for some of our fun races coming up. We're looking at some street stock banger racing, some just, good fun. iRacing, especially running officials and leagues, you can get really burnt out on it. I myself run 2-3 officials a season and leagues, and it's just sometimes it gets to be too much. So these fun races really kind of bring you back in and remember why you like doing it. But keep an eye out for those coming up, as well as our Winter League starting. It's probably going to be mid-December, if I had to guess. So appreciate you guys all coming out, and we'll talk to you again as soon as we come back. Talk to you later.